vayam bhagavantaH syaama. Adike linked ide. There are many things which are linked to it. Vayam bhagavantaH syaama. Rayim asmaasu DhEhi. This vayam bhagavantaH syaama, Atharva 773:11. 773:11. rayimastu DhEhi. rayimastu DhEhi. Atharva 776:6. 776:6. Next one. Rayim no DhEhi. Rayim no DhEhi. subhagE suvEram. subhagE suvEram. subhagE suvEram. Atharva 779:1. 779:1. Next. Vayam syaama pathayO rayiiNaam. This also we have done it. Vayam syaama pathayO rayiiNaam. Atharva 779:4. 779:4. Sa no dadaatvakshitaam. Dadaatvakshitaam rayim. Dadaatvakshitaam rayim. Atharva 7:802. 7:802. Next, asmaasu bhadra draviNaani Dhatta. Asmaasu bhadra draviNaani Dhatta. Dhamahaprana Dhatta. Atharva 7:82:1. Now, all these pieces of mantras what are dictated now, they all speak of one subject. Many are under the impression that Vedas are for retired people. Now they don't have any work to do, so you go for studying of Vedas. Some people are under the impression that Vedas always insist on renunciation, vairagya. It says, forget about this world, it is temporary, it's an illusion. So leave out everything, forsake everything, and go. This is what Vedas say. Many people understand Vedas like that. But here it's very clear that it is contrary to that. Vedas have to be studied in our lives as early as possible. Number one. As early as possible. because it speaks of how to lead our lives and make it purposeful and useful. So as early as we learn Vedas, so good it is. So it's not an old age time pass. No. It is to be studied and put into practice as early as possible in our lives. And Vedas, of course, they speak of renunciation, but that is not the only content in that. It speaks of how to lead our lives. Of course, as we advance in age, as we are closer to our departure, yes, it speaks of renunciation. That's very natural. We have to loosen our bonds and be ready for the uninvited guest. That's death. But until that stage, which has to be deferred and postponed deliberately as far as possible, until that stage, we have to be in this world only. We have to be in this world. And here, we are supposed to earn wealth, live well. So all these what are dictated now, it all speaks of wealth only. Vayam bhagavantaH syaama, bhaga iti aishwaryanama. Vayam bhagavantaH syaama. Rayim asmaasu DhEhi. Rayi is also known as wealth, prosperity. Rayim DhEhi subhagE suvEram. So keep those two words separate. SubhagE, suvEram. Keeping them aside, Rayim DhEhi. Please instill in us wealth. Vayam syaama pathayO rayiiNaam. We shall become masters of wealth. Sano dadaatvakshitaam rayim. Shiik, shayE, there's a root. Akshita, shayE. Akshita. We shall have wealth which does not deplete, which does not get reduced. We want such wealth. Akshitaam rayim. Then speaks of asmaasu bhadra, draviNaani, Dhatta. Bhadrani, keep it aside. Because they are all very important things that we have to understand. subhagE, suvEram, bhadra. And all these things it speaks of acquire wealth, be wealthy, be affluent. Yes, everything it speaks of. It's necessary. It's necessary for our sustenance. A poor person, a poor chap, will always be worried about his existence and food, clothing, shelter. So, and that is the main problem in one's life. That person cannot think of spirituality, cannot think of gaining knowledge, cannot think of doing adhyatmika sadhana. Spiritual pursuit is not at all possible. Because the basic needs are not satisfied. That person doesn't know from where his next food comes. So he's worried about that. And it's but natural that for any person, food, clothing, shelter takes the first priority. Once these are satisfied, yes, they can think about spirituality, spiritual progress, this and that. Take our own case. All of us, we are participating in this class. Yes, we are all assured of our next food. The basic needs of ours, food, clothing, shelter, is taken care of. So now we are able to concentrate on something else beyond food, clothing, and shelter. If that was the basic problem for us, definitely neither I nor you would have been in this class. It's as real as that. Of course, there are many other things. Apart from food, clothing and shelter, there are many other things also. But basically, I'm speaking of this. So there should be no problem as far as food, clothing and shelter is concerned. And we need resources for that. And those resources are what they call as wealth, rayi, bhaga, dhanam, vitta, dravina, so many things. We should earn it. We should get it. And see that our basic problems, basic necessities, basic needs are satisfied. Now the whole crux of the issue is the three words which I wanted you to keep aside. subhagE, that's one word. Then the other word is suvEram, another one is bhadra. subhagE, suvEram, bhadra. Elsewhere we heard another word, rayaspOsha. RayaspOsha. And you can take to this also, vayam, syaama, pathayO, rayiiNaam. We shall become the masters of wealth. That pati, that's also we have to consider. Of course we need wealth, of course we need money, of course we need resources, paraphernalia, everything is fine. But the whole crux of the issue is, how do you get it? That's very important. You want to get it, that's excellent, but how? The goal is good. No dispute at all about gaining wealth. No dispute at all in becoming prosperous. Excellent. But the means also is to be looked into. That's a Vedic vision. You have to look into the means, how you get it. The means too has got a role to play. It's not that you gain it by hook or crook by doing something. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the path. Don't worry about the method. Gain it. No, it doesn't say so. The vision of the Vedas is very clear that the goal is fine. The path too has to be taken care of. Now what happens nowadays? To gain this wealth, to gain this prosperity, most of the people, there are exceptions of course, but most of the time we want to gamble and earn that money. That's the sorry aspect of it. We want to gamble and get that wealth. Gamble doesn't mean playing games of cards or roulette or any such thing. It's a gambling instinct, a gambling mentality that is referred to here as gambling. It could be anything. Horse racing to card game. It could be anything. But we are interested in knowing what is the mentality of a gambler. That gambling mentality should not be there, and the wealth what we need should not be earned through that means. I discussed several times. I'm just rushing through. I'm not going into details. A gambler's attitude is to make money. Okay, that point is right. We also want money. We also want wealth. We also want all resources, fine. But a gambler's mentality is he wants to earn that wealth without effort, number one, as fast as possible, and in as much quantity as possible. He wants more, early, effortless. More, early, effortless. Now, if this is the mentality of a person to gain wealth, it is called gambling. That's what happens in gambling. You want more money, fast, without effort. I want to sit down in an armchair and want everything. I don't want to sweat. I don't want to work for it. I don't want to labor for it. When I say work, it means both physical work and mental work. Many times we are ready to do the mental work if we have got such resources. But physical work, we are not for it. We want to sit in an armchair, recline, and get all the money what we want, all the resources what we want. Physical work too is very important. Now, this gambling attitude is not the right way of earning our money and wealth. Vedas are very clear about that. It's even like this. SubhagA, bhagavaTi aishwaryanama. The resources, prosperity, it has to be su. Su is shobhanam, in a worthy way. In a worthy way, we have to earn it. Suvera. There it says, it should be motivating, encouraging. The way we earn wealth has to be a motivating factor for others to earn. Bhadra, bhadi kalyANE. Welfare bestowing. The wealth what we earn should bestow on us welfare, peace of mind, not tension, not anxiety, not fear. We should get wealth, and even after getting wealth, we should feel at home. We should feel that we are comfortable. We should feel that we are calm and peaceful. That's the path through which we have to earn our wealth. RaayaspOsha, elsewhere we have got this. The wealth has to be nourishing. It should nourish us. Maybe I have got a lot of wealth, but if I'm not able to use it, if I'm not able to enjoy it, what's the use of that wealth? Yes, it's under my control, fine, but I'm not able to enjoy it. I'm not able to use it. And even if I use it, it should be able to nourish me, not punish me. rayaspOsha, pushtou. That's the root, pushtou. It has to be earned in the right way. It should be able to motivate others to take that path. It should be welfare giving. And it should be Akshita. That's another word. You should not deplete. You should not deplete. It should be with us. Anytime, it should come to our help. It should come to our aid. It should be available at the touch of our hand. Now, when all these things are taken care of, then this sentence gains the weight. Vayam syaama, pathayO rayiiNaam. We shall become the masters of health. If these things are not taken care of, through gambling, of course, we may get wealth, but we will not be masters of wealth, but we will be slaves of wealth. Wealth is okay, but we should be masters of it. How do you get mastery over wealth? The first thing is, don't gamble. These are not my words. In Rig Veda it says, Akshaihi ma divyaha. I have taught it. Don't gamble. Don't gamble. Krishimit krishaswa. Work hard. Work hard. Serve nature. It's also a very important thing. Serving other people may not give us the right fruits because it depends upon the person under whom we are working, our employer. If the employer is happy, he will pay. If he is not happy, he will say, I will pay only this much. Maybe if he is not interested, he may give a slip and send us out. We are at the mercy of our employer. But if you serve nature, if you save Mother Earth, no such problems are there. We are assured of our returns. Of course, there are other factors to be taken care of also. But here, there is no scope for exploitation by farming by the Mother Earth. There's no exploitation. We'll get definitely some benefit if we do it as farming and agriculture and not as a gambling. That is to be understood very clearly. So, in this method, if I am going to earn my wealth, I'll stick on to my principles and policies, my vrata. I will not transgress. I will not deviate. Whatever be the attraction, whatever be the alluring factor, I will not divulge. This is my path, this is my principle. I learn only in this way. Wealth cannot enchant me. Wealth cannot entice me. I will not get into its hold. I will say, this is the way I want you. If you are coming, come in this way. I want to earn, I want to have you wealth, but it has to be only in this way. I command. I will not become a slave to it. I command in what way, how much it has to come. I am in control of the whole situation. Yes, that's what is called as vayam, syaama, pathayO, rayiiNaam. We shall be masters of health. That's for incoming wealth. What about outgoing wealth? There also it is my command. The whole thing is under my control. Where I want to spend, I should be able to spend. Where I don't want to spend, I should not be forced to spend. So the wealth what I have got, it goes out the way I command, the way I direct. At most of the time, when we earn wealth in a wrong way, what happens? We cannot command its expenditure. For having earned it in the wrong way, someone will come and ask, how you have earned it? So I have to pay him some tax, I have to pay him some fine, maybe I have to pay him bribe too, I don't know. That's one way. Because the mind is corrupted, it has become a slave of wealth. Today or tomorrow, my whole mental health and as a result of my physical health too gets disturbed. Then what you do? We have no option. Go to a doctor, pay the nursing home. See? When you earn it in the wrong way, there will be a lot of wrong things that we have done, and the legal actions may come up because you earned it in a hook or crook way, not in the right manner. So when such a thing happens, yes, I have to hire an advocate, a lawyer, pay him. It's not my option. I have to do it. Otherwise, I will not survive. It's a question of my survival. I cannot say, no, I don't hire a lawyer. I don't hire an advocate. No, I cannot say so. I have to do it. I have to pay him and see that I'm out of trouble. Now, these payments, these outgoing things are beyond my control. I'm forced to pay. You see? Here, I have no control over how the outflow should be. It happens on its own. So if that is the case, then I am not having all these things under my control, but I am under the control of the whole situation. So it's not vayam, syaama, pathayO, rayiiNaam. We are not masters of the wealth. We are slaves of the wealth. You are subordinate to it. But it says, don't be a subordinate to wealth, be a master of it. While coming in also, you should command in what way you should come. While going out also, you should command how you should go. It should be totally under our control. So that is the case, yes. Managing wealth will become an easy task, will ultimately result in peace, will ultimately result in satisfaction, will ultimately result in our welfare, bhadi, kalyANE, bhadra. If you miss all these things, wealth may be there, but what it should have given to us, we will not get it. Physically, we may be satisfied with food, clothing, and shelter, but mentally, we will not be peaceful. What's the use of it? Even if there is some shortage with regard to food, clothing and shelter, if your minds are clear, yes, that's a better position. That's a better status. Mental peace and mental satisfaction is more important than, relatively, than the food and clothing and shelter. If there is some shortage also, we can manage. Nothing will happen. Total shortage is not acceptable. Little shortage, little this way or that way is manageable because of our mental status. For that, the way we earn the wealth has to be the right way. Now that mantra which I was referring to, that is, don't gamble. There it says, if this is the right way of earning things, maybe you cannot amass wealth. You cannot get wealth more, because that's the result of a gambling attitude. But in the right way, you may not get it. But of course, we get wealth sufficient enough for our sustenance, for our leading a very simple life. That would be sufficient. We'll get it. So it gives one more direction. Vitte ramasva bahumanyamana. Vitta means money. Whatever money you get, whatever good money you get, whatever good money you get, not a sin money, what a good money you get, please enjoy it. Please use it in your life. Thinking that that itself is great. Bahumanyamanaha. Feel that it is great and enjoy it. Now this great has to be understood in terms of quality of the wealth what you have earned and not quantity. Maybe quantity-wise it may be a bit less, doesn't matter, but quality-wise it is the highest. And that quality wealth only can give us peace, health, harmony, tension-free life. Yes, only that can give. Quantity will never give us this, will never ensure us this. It's a quality that's more important. Quantity is required, but quantity is secondary, it takes the second place. The first place is the quality aspect of it. The quality wealth will give us all the peace and other things. Of course, we need quantity to some extent. At present day, what is happening is, we are all running after quantity, quantity, quantity. This quantity, yes, we get somehow by hook or crook. But finally, what's the result? Because it's not in the right way, quality element is not there, and even with all that wealth, we are not happy, we are dissatisfied, we are mentally disturbed, we are under stress, we are under anxiety. See? Wealth is there, sufficient wealth, more wealth is there. Quantity-wise, wonderful. But internal peace is gone. We are exchanging our peace. We are exchanging our good life with quantity of wealth. That's not a good trading. That's not a good exchange. At any cost, we should not sacrifice our peace of mind and health with money, Because money cannot give it. Money cannot buy us peace of mind. Money cannot buy us welfare. Money cannot buy us harmony. Money cannot buy love. It cannot buy. These are all things which are beyond the scope of the wealth, beyond the scope of our wealth. The money. You don't get it. So you have to clearly understand the difference between the two, the quantity and the quality type, and we should not compromise quality for quantity. We have to treat them separately. Quantity is for our sustenance. The way we earn it, the means, is for our peace and harmony, welfare, prosperity. So when you're able to separate these two, the quality aspect and the quantity aspect, and give priority to quality aspect, yes, that's the right path. We become masters of wealth. Otherwise, we'll be commanded by wealth and we become helpless even with lot of wealth before us. That helplessness itself is a disease, is a cause for our attention, is a cause for our anxiety. But if we earn the wealth in the right means, maybe quantity-wise it is a bit less, but we will be under control of the whole situation. We are not sacrificing our peace of mind. We are not sacrificing our harmony and peaceful life. We are not compromising. To see all these things is very easy. But to protect ourselves from the attraction of wealth, yes, it needs a tough stand. It needs a soul which is strong and pure. But we have to achieve it. We have to achieve it. Only a soul which is strong and pure can overcome all these attractions. There are a number of examples in the lives of saints and noble people. They were never bought by money. If you look into their lives, we see that. Their priority for wealth was not first, was second, third, fourth. And in all the cases of saints and great people, noble people, the first priority was love, peace of mind, sacrifice, harmony. See? That is the first priority. For the sake of peace of mind, for the sake of welfare, they are prepared to sacrifice any amount of wealth. They are prepared to spend any amount of resources. They are not for it. Look at the life history of so many such people. That's what they would have done. They work on their basic principles. They work on human values. They are not carried away by the temptation of wealth. They are not tempted. One simple example I'll give you. It's of Dayananda Saraswati. He was born with a silver spoon. Why silver? He was born with a golden spoon in his mouth. So rich, the family where he was born. But the situations forced him to go in search of, number one, God. Number two, peace of mind. Number three, techniques to overcome death. These were his search. So he went out. He went in search of all those things. He traveled across the country in search of saints, in search of yogis, in search of people who could give him the answer. Search for God, search for peace, technique to overcome death. During his course of travel, he reaches one matha. He reaches one matha, a place where saints live. So when he reaches there, the head of that mahant, the head of that whole religious abode, he says, "You're a very, very intelligent person. I've got hundreds of devotees who follow me. I don't have a successor. You be my successor." And he says, "If wealth were to be my priority, I would not have left my home at all. I left all that for the sake of my search of God and techniques to overcome death and peace. Can you give that? If you're giving wealth, I'm not interested." He ignores it and gets away. And in his same life, when he became a saint, once a rich person, a king-like person, he offers him lot of wealth as dakshina. It's an offering. And he says, no rich person in this world in the history has given so much wealth to a mendicant, to a sannyasi. I have given it. And Dayanand says, yes, you are right. You are creating a record by offering so much wealth to a saint. Now we shall create a second record. You don't find a saint who has rejected such a wealth. So all that wealth what you have given, so much I am rejecting now, and there is a second record we are forming. See? Just one incident I have told you. There are so many such things in the lives of noble people. They can never be bought by wealth, because they are very particular about the quality of life and not quantity of life. Yes, I can do it. Yes, you can do it. Yes, anyone can do it. It's not something impossible, but it needs little dedication. It needs practicing of principles firmly. It should not be carried away by the attractions. Then anybody can do it. And it will happen gradually. It's not an one-day affair. You have to think about it again and again, chant all these mantras again and again. Then you'll understand, yes, wealth is this. If it is not that, it's a product of gambling. So if you are able to differentiate between gambling and earning, yes, we like to earn, we like to become the masters of wealth and not slaves of wealth. And work over it again and again and again. That's what mantra means. Mananat trayata iti mantraha. Again and again we have to think about it. Again and again we have to train our inner self. If we train our inner self with this help of these mantras, yes, it will come one day. It will happen one day. We can overcome the attraction of wealth and really follow the path of knowledge and the quality of life. It's possible. But it doesn't mean that I don't need money, I don't need wealth. We need it. But we get it in the way we want, not by hook or crook. And we spend it the way we want, and we are under the control of. We are controlling the whole situation. This is what should happen. All this what I have dictated today, it all speaks about this. Next. Utkramatah Purusha. Utkramatah Purusha. Mava pathayO. Utkramatah Purusha. Mava pathayO. Ma'ava pathayO. Mrutyoh padvisham. Mrutyoh padvisham. Avamunchamanah. Mrutyoh padvisham. Avamunchamanah.
Hello.
One vertical line, half the mantra. Ma chitta. In part, I have discussed about this, not in detail, but let's see the whole mantra in detail. Ma chitta asmal lokat. Ma chitta asmal lokat. Agnehe Agnehe Suryasya Sandrishaha. Agnehe Suryasya Sandrishaha. Atharva 8.1.4. 8.1.4. Utkramatah Purusha Mava pathayO. Mrutyoh padvisham avamunchamanah. Ma chitta asmal lokat agnehi suryasya sandrishaha. Atharva 7.1.4. Now this speaks about the approach we have to take towards life. How we should lead our life. That guidance is given here. So I shall see it in detail in the next class. Okay, thank you. Head.